Hello, welcome to day 10, right? Day 10? Yes, 10 of our adventure through outer space. I hope you're enjoying this. Let's get right into opening the next color. Next color. Ta-da, here we go. Pause me if you need to. Ta-da! This one is called Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis, which is also known as the Northern Lights, at least in this hemisphere, um, or the Southern Lights in the Southern Hemisphere. Or Aurora Borealis is actually the northern. It means like dawn in the north. And Aurora Australis is the Southern Lights, which I have not been to the Southern. No, I think I technically have, but not Australia anyway. Not anywhere close where there's Southern Lights. Um, So it is green. There's some green. There's some blue and just a tiny bit of purple. Tiny bit of purple. Um, there are also other colors of the Northern Lights, but I'll show you my inspiration photo that I picked. Here is This is my inspiration photo for Aurora Borealis. Most of the time, when you see the Southern Lights, at least like up north, a lot of the time they're green. And this had some lovely little bits of blue and purple in it. So that's what I went with. Um, and let's see, I can stop sharing that one. But that was my inspiration photo. Um, It is caused by the solar wind charged particles from the sun. Even though you see them at night, you see them at the night because they're not as strong as the sun, obviously, the light from them. And there's the solar wind is hitting the earth and it is focused towards the poles. And I'll kind of show you like kind of a drawing here that it is focused towards the poles by our magnetosphere, the magnetic field around the Earth. Which, by the way, if the Earth didn't have a magnetic field, we wouldn't be here because um, the magnetic field protects our atmosphere and keeps the atmosphere from being stripped away. And yeah, we kind of need that atmosphere. So this is kind of like the effect of the solar wind that's mild, thankfully, because if we didn't have the magnetic field there, the solar wind would just strip all our atmosphere away and then we wouldn't survive. So this is a lovely reminder. Just that little bit left of beautiful lights in the sky. Thank you, magnetic field, which is caused by the fact that we have a molten core. We have a molten core, so there's metal moving around, and so therefore we have a magnetic field. I'm looking a little rough today. This is me sans makeup. My skin was feeling irritated, and I figured I needed to give it a break. So I can be more beautiful like the Aurora Borealis later. Let me show you this drawing. Here we go. This is kind of a drawing of the Earth. You can see the Earth there. And there is the magnetic field. The sun is being over here, and it kind of, see the magnetic field kind of trail off because of the effect of the sun. But we get those solar wind particles approach the Earth at the poles because of the shape of the field here. And let's see, I can close. It's always hard for me to close one of these in the middle. And this is a 3D model. This is really cool of uh of where you get like this ring at each pole. That one it's showing the sun on Antarctica, so therefore you're not seeing it. But this is the Northern Lights, and I'm dragging it around because it's a cool 3D model, and you can see like those solar wind particles are hitting the pole and creating mostly the green. The green is when it is hitting oxygen at certain atmospheres. And so is the red, but I have seen red myself. But when the Northern Lights got most southern enough for me to see it here in Kentucky. But honestly, like I have a picture and it's not even that great of a picture because it's it certainly doesn't look like this. Certainly doesn't look like any of these webcams. This is a cool website. I'll try to put the link to the webcams in there so you can actually watch the Northern Lights. I think this is all Northern. No, there's some Southern in here maybe live. And um lately we've been getting quite a bit of like um more intense aurora borealis because the sun goes through 11-year cycles where it gets a lot more charged particles or solar wind and then kind of goes down. And so right now we're getting a lot more, which is why we will see them. And then when it gets really bad, it can screw up like GPS signals and stuff because all of that is up in our atmosphere. So here is my version of the Northern Lights. I will put in the link to some of these really cool webcams. I'm making this during the day, so if I look at any of the webcams, they have to be like in Russia because that's what's at night. Um, but I will put that link in there, and you too can look at some of the Aurora Borealis. There's some really cool YouTube, there's so many YouTube videos, and some of them will speed it up so that you can really kind of see the effect. I kind of really myself want to go to Iceland someday. I've not been to Iceland and see the Northern Lights, see like all the other things that I talked about when I did my mountains themed um advent last year. I think there was at least one or two places in Iceland, if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of really cool knitting things and aurora borealis and ice and mountains that I kind of want to see in Iceland. You can go on a see them on a cruise. It's really cool. I want to see some more of these things. I will show you a picture. I had to do a picture because I had to keep knitting of just what I knit up. You can see there's the green and then there's a little bits of blue and then there's day 9 right next to it. And I'm getting close to the end. I will have already, by time you see this, I'll send you some of my final updates if you happen to be knitting the same thing I'm knitting, the batad, but it is heavily modified. So I hope you're enjoying this. We got 2 more days to go. And I hope 2025 has started off lovely for you. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.